Why not? When the Samsung Galaxy Fold first came out, it took the market to a whole new level. At the time, if you told anyone you had a folding phone, especially here in the States, majority of people were probably gonna be thinking of this. But could you blame them? The Fold literally looked like something out of some weird sci-fi flick. With that came a lot of downsides and quality control issues. The hinge was basically wide open on the first generation model, and the screen protector that wasn't supposed to come off definitely looked like it was supposed to come off, creating even more issue. Skip forward a year and we have the Z Fold 2, which improves on the Fold 1 in every way, adding a larger 60Hz front screen and a 120Hz inside screen, along with making the inside camera bump much smaller. And now we have the Z Fold 3. Let's talk about it. The Galaxy Z Fold 3 is a phone that takes smartphones to a whole new level. The front display is now 120Hz, which does make going from the inside display to the front display a much better and more integrated experience. The camera on the inside display, as many know by now, is under the display, which isn't really there for taking the best selfies, considering you literally have 4 other cameras that do the job just fine. The inside camera under the display is kind of really meant for quick things like video chatting and maybe even a good selfie or two if the lighting permits. But it's also a good way for Samsung to actually test out that technology and maybe even bring the under display camera into the main selfie camera for future phones. We'll see. The body of the Z Fold 3 is smaller than the Fold 2, but you won't really notice it. What you will notice though is that this year, thank God, you don't have to worry about those nasty, disgusting fingerprints all over the phone, at least with this amazing phantom black color. More importantly, the Fold 3 is now water resistant. That's right, a folding phone with water resistance. Now, chill. It's water resistant only with fresh water. Fresh water, not the beach, because that's salt water. Not the pool, because that's chlorine and bleach and whatever else kind of chemicals they got going on in there, and those things will eat away at your rubber gaskets. Guys, if it's not fresh water, don't let the phone touch it. Before we continue, guys, here's a quick word from today's sponsor, Casetify. Dropping phones can be a huge pain in the you-know-where, but with the proper case, that pain in the you-know-where becomes a lot less painful. Casetify cases are not only antimicrobial, but they're also very thin, coming in at only 13 millimeters. Now, you guys are probably thinking to yourself, Mark, that's not possible. Thin cases are not protective, which is exactly why I'm going to do my very first drop test on this channel with Casetify cases. So, we're gonna drop it. Oh my... Oh, that wasn't that bad. There was like no noise. Anyway... Screen's perfectly fine. I don't know if you guys can see, the screen's fine. The back of the case is fine. There was some sand on the case, my bad. Case looks all good. Whoop, almost dropped it again. Actually, why not? Not bad. The case features a 2-layer construction design of Chi-Tech material, giving you up to 9.8 feet of drop protection. They do include many, and I mean many, awesome designs, such as, I'm going to commit arson. Please don't commit arson. The iPhone 13 is coming out this month, so why not protect your brand new iPhone with Casetify cases? To save 15% off of your Casetify case, go to casetify.com/markstech, and that 15% code will automatically be applied. Thank you, Casetify, for sponsoring today's video. That definitely helps me eat food and pay my bills, so shout out. And back to the video. When I first got the Z Fold 3 and the Flip 3, this is what I said. My SIM card is inside the Flip 3 because I personally think this one is the one to go for. But that quickly changed, and I took out the SIM card from the Flip 3 and then I put it into the Fold 3. The Flip is great, but the battery life severely lacked. The Fold, on the other hand, has pretty good battery life for a device of its size. I was seeing an average battery life of around 6 hours 30 minutes, 6 hours 15 minutes, 6 hours 35, 40 minutes. Pretty much right around that 6.5 hour mark is what I personally saw. Some people are seeing 7 hours, some people are seeing more than 7 hours, which is completely mind-blowing. The Fold does use the same cameras as on the S20, but I can assure you that photo quality looks fantastic. I absolutely have no complaints about how this phone takes photos. They look great. So everyone by now knows folding phones are cool, but are they practical? Are they comfy? Because there is a very fine line between cool and comfy, practical. See, the Galaxy Fold is a very special type of phone because you're kind of limited by price and current technology. Like, for example, the one thing that I still find to be annoying, even on this year's model, is that the front display is very tall and narrow. Now, I would have preferred Samsung to make the front display a little bit thicker, so that way you actually get a true full smartphone experience up front. Not only that, but whenever you do open up the display, it'll be even bigger. But again, that would mean a more expensive phone, so you gotta take what you can get. Maybe sometime in the future we'll see a Galaxy Fold that is just as thick as the S21, and it'll open up to be a massive display. Now that's what I'm waiting for. Aside from that, it's really hard to fully explain what the best comfortable position for using this phone in, because I still don't know. See, when the phone is closed, it's a very narrow, let me turn it on so you guys see, it's a very narrow but tall display. So even when it's closed, it's still a two-handed device, unless you want to kind of shimmy your hand up the phone to reach the upper portion. So it's still definitely a two-handed device when it's closed, and then when it's open, well, that's even more of a two-handed device. I always found myself needing to readjust my position of holding the phone for it to be very comfortable, especially when it's closed, because like I said, it's tall, very narrow, and it's thick. I mean, it's as thick as two regular smartphones, pretty much. I do love the features of this phone. For example, the ability to use the rear camera as a selfie camera by using that cover display as a viewfinder. I think the way Samsung did this is truly amazing, because it's actually better than on the Flip. On the Flip, if you use the cover display in the closed position and you take a photo or video, it's going to be a square aspect ratio, which just looks weird. But on the Fold, it's actually a true 16:9 aspect ratio. So if you like to vlog, maybe you want to pick this phone up for vlogging because you can use that great rear cameras for vlogging instead of the selfie camera, but also you'll be able to see exactly what you're vlogging because of that viewfinder. Again, the way Samsung did this, flawless, perfect, no issues whatsoever. So this is what it's gonna look like when you're vlogging. You can use that amazing rear camera instead of the selfie camera, which we all know the rear camera is better. You got that amazing viewfinder, which I'm looking at right now. I know where everything is, like that subscribe sign right there, the PlayStation right there. See what I mean? You got that viewfinder, it looks sick. If you want, you can even go into ultra wide, and this just looks awesome. If you're vlogging and you're maybe camping, there's some mountains in the background, the sky is your limit, or sky's the limit, whatever the saying is. If you're the type of person that likes to preview how your photos look like all the time, there is a feature where it allows you to do just that. Simply take a photo and you'll see it right away on the left hand side of the display. There's so many software tricks with this phone that I just need a whole new video, a whole dedicated video just to talk about it. It's pretty awesome. And even though this is the third iteration of a folding phone, it still blows my mind that we even can achieve this. I mean, of course it's going to be expensive. Of course. Look at it. This phone is not for everyone. If you like a very comfortable device that you can comfortably use with one hand or even two hands, you can pick and choose which hand to use it with, when to use two hands, when to use one hand, this phone might not be for you. But then again, there's very few people that are willing to spend $1,800 with tax or even $1,900 with tax for this phone. So I'm sure the people that are picking this phone up are the people that already know of the downsides of having such a massive brick in your pocket. I mean, that is a brick in your pocket, right? Or are you just happy to see me? Anyway, I'm happy that Samsung is trying to push that foldable market onto people by making it more practical in terms of it just looks insane and it's actually functional. It doesn't just fold. It actually has some functionality behind it. Not only that, but it's cheaper this time around with the Flip starting at $1,000 and the Fold starting at $1,700 or $1,800. So it's slowly becoming cheaper at the same time as it's getting better. And what is there not to like? That's awesome. Guys, if you have any questions on the Galaxy Fold, definitely drop me a comment down below. If you're new here, consider subscribing. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. And that's basically it. This was Mark from Mark's Tech. Adios.